Here we go. We'll go get that. So, yeah, I think it's funny. These are great test runs and stuff with this too because big time, man.
I could go on for hours. Don't worry. I can bring a dead guy back to life talking to you.
Oh God,
Oh man,
going to Walmart and sit in there and talk for hours. Dude.
man, that's different. Going
Yeah,
inside, talking, sitting outside, and them benches freezing.
yeah.
I mean, that's another thing I miss. The weird, just the people sit out on them benches, and
Smoking, and they
yeah,
took all the benches out now.
I'm glad too.
Even their workers can't even sit out there
Out
on their
back you
bed.
go. We
Yeah,
ain't having that out front.
yeah.
All you hear now is you go in, you hear all that music playing, like having a good old jam outside.
One of my favorite things was my mom. We'd go down to Clarksville, and I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. My my friend about it. How growing up in Paoli, what was there like? What black guys were there was only what three probably the whole time we went to school.
Yeah, 3, 4, depending on.
Yeah. So we didn't really get to see them until we went to Clarksville or Louisville to Thunder over Louisville or
Oh,
something. Oh
oh
yeah.
man, some of my
But one of my big memories was my mom taking me down, and you said that about sitting on the bench. I'd sit on the bench in Value City with them old black guys, and you wouldn't do that today. You know what I mean? Like, but complete strangers just talking, listening to them bitch about their wives and smoking one right after another. That little area that you walked in, and they'd have the bench up there where those old guys could smoke, and
we're talking about. I still do that at Skid Row. I sit down. People just talking her stories down there by the riverfront.
yeah, but I'm saying this is in a building too, you know.
Oh
Like I
yeah,
mean, these kids don't get, but there wasn't nothing like going into a steakhouse and you couldn't see anything because they'd be like
you know.
smoking or no
Speaking of that,
non-smoking, and
do
it
you
was
remember
no different than
even concerts or any place like that? Kids today won't know what it's like at a concert or anything. Where people have their lighters out, lighting it, or
yeah.
show. I mean, I was something to think about the other night. How
No,
lighters and
it's
stuff. And
phones
yeah, I'm
now.
saying I can remember everybody have their lighters out and people set stuff on fire and put it like. I've seen people get mad. I've been. This is a Louisville Garden story. I've seen people get mad, have a lighter with a program, light the program up, stomp it out, no sprinkler system or anything. You're thinking, my God, somebody did right there. They'll be thrown in jail. I mean,
They act like they act like
they look
you
at,
did you did it
oh,
on a
Clink,
plane,
he must not like tonight. And if it's
Yeah.
this time of
Yeah, watching these
day,
guys
they'd be,
smoke. I mean, yeah, smoking back then. It's so crazy watching older movies and they're smoking at their office or smoking. Well, oh, yeah, people just before us, were smoking in school. Students would be smoking with their teachers outside.
I roll my own. This is the good kind of grass here. Yeah, what are you
Yeah,
smoking? Cigarettes? What kind of wacky tobacco? I mean, come on now. Skunk grass? What kind of.
I mean, gosh,
Well,
but
even back when we were in school,
did Puckett smoke? She smoked, right?
I, I'm thinking she did. I know her husband did, but I'm thinking she did, but she hid it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
Remember that
she
whistle
sure
she'd
sounded
have?
like yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, well, we went to took Noah to school the other day to a ball game, and the playground was there, and I said I said to Randa, I said my butt spent more time on that curb than it did on any slide out here. Go go sit on the curb.
Blow that whistle at you like
Yeah,
Bozo the Clown or somebody. You're
yeah.
leading the march.
Well, they got that fence up against that curb now. Heck, you'd have a nice.
Go sit over on that
Yeah,
curb.
it would have been comfortable now.
Spend inside for recess. Well, heck, you're in trouble. If you spend inside for recess, that's not in trouble. You got to do your work.
My third grade, no joke, bud. My third grade year, I the only time I saw the playground was on Fridays once a week the whole third grade year
What the heck did
because
you do?
because she was on recess duty. That was the only chance I had to go out. I was in for recess every single day. Well, because I didn't do my homework.
Oh,
And so I'd end up having to do my homework at recess the next day. She'd go, well, looks like you're going to be in here again today. And I'd come home, and I was like, I'm going to use my recess time at home. I'm going to play. These kids, man, that's, we don't need homework. If you can't do it at school, you shouldn't be having to do it at home. You know what I
well,
mean?
I never did anyway, so what's that, man? Homework I never done.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying I'm anti homework, folks. No.
Jeez Louise. I remember like 5th grade, you'd have spelling. You had to write the same word like 10 times. The next word 10 times. I mean, that was like on a Monday or Tuesday, just get your spelling. Yeah, that was part of your assignment to take it home.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're like me, you try to get as much done before that. But, I mean, it's nothing.
Cursive.
Like,
we don't even have to worry about that no more.
No.
I think that's, it's X.
Start writing paper that thin in between the lines, and you had to go that thin. Now they don't care. Can you write your name? I guess. Okay. I mean, it's chicken scratch, but that'll pass.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Doctors. It's so funny how horrible their writing is. They got all that,
I don't think they even write it. I think it's like.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, growing up in Orange County
it's changed. I mean, of course, Valley's gotten bigger, and for the good. You got the casino and all that stuff.
Yeah, but it's still not. But it's more. There's just so much distant, man.
There's
no relationships anymore. Even in churches, man. And
you don't have the
stuff,
people. Well, I've been off work for a while now and got a lot of time. I was thinking, you don't have that same relationships with even people. I mean, there aren't people out there who, if I seen you out, hey man, how you doing? Hey, how you doing this? You don't.
It's awkward. It's awkward, man.
Of course, I know technology's moved and all that stuff, but
my daughter just said the other day, because I talked to some guy at Walmart. She goes, "Why didn't he exchange numbers?" I said, "That's just weird." Like today, you know what I mean? Like exchange numbers, like okay. I mean, remember, man, when you'd call and they'd be like, "Nope, they're not here. Call back in a few minutes or call."
You remember the parents? You had to win over the parents, because if you called and the parent and you said your name, the parents didn't. Hold on a minute here. I was like, oh, I've been there. I was like, oh, we got to explain this.
But I can't remember how many times I'd call and be praying before. I was like, God, just make sure I don't mess this up. And he'd be like, hello. Like, I'll never forget talking to a girl when I was in first grade, just as a friend. She was just, I didn't know anything about that. She was just my friend. And her dad came to the school. He was a bald guy, big old, looked like a wrestler and everything else today. I saw him not too long ago, and I was like, oh my God, I'm bigger than this dude. I feel pretty good about myself now. I could take her dad now, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, all these, dude, I'll never forget getting the girl's phone number one time. And I don't know, junior high or something. My grandmother had gotten her phone number because she said she liked me or something, went to church. And I said the wrong name, man, when I called.
Oh, I've been.
And she says, no, I think you got the wrong number, wrong name. I go, okay, well, sorry. And she goes, you want to try again?
Dude, kids have it easy now. There's nothing like calling a girl, and the dad picks up.
Yeah.
Who is this? Jason who? Jason Phillips. Okay, and you have to talk to him.
Oh, I know your parents.
Yeah, you got to talk to him.
Yeah.
You got to learn, because if you call back, it's either you're not going to talk or he's going to. I mean, Kids have it easy now. I'll
Yeah.
just text her.
Oh,
I'll just send you a message.
long distance, bud.
Yeah.
Long distance, dude. I ran a phone bill up to $200.
I remember speaking
And
of
I paid
payphones.
I paid for it though, and her dad got mad at me for paying it, because he was going to ground her, and I was like, you know what? If I had money saved up in my little piggy bank kind of deal, and I paid their phone, sent the money in the mail, and he was like, I wrote a letter. I was like, so now you can't ground her for being on the phone too long and stuff, and running your bill up for calling me, and he had me come down for dinner, and he was like, "No, this just ain't right." You know what I mean? But yeah, payphones.
Payphone at school.
That one.
My
but
mom and dad.
we used to call
After the
stuff.
school dances, no, give you enough money. You better hope you have enough money to call there. If you call there and don't go through, you're screwed. You got to walk home
Oh
or something.
no! You know what Will, my brother, would do? He'd call on that, and he'd say something. Will, come get me. Collect. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, "Sir, you cannot do that." Or something like that. But I remember calling. What was it? 1-800 fat woman or something, like fat girl or something, on there joking around, and be one of them sex things, calling at the school.
Remember people call 911 on the
Yeah.
payphone and man,
Yeah. The payphone and that other thing. What that had the pencils.
That's what I say. The pencil dispensers and all that. Good Lord.
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't you. It was Josh that was talking about it the other day. He goes, "You remember those?" Yeah, he was like, "You remember those?" He goes, "But I used to get excited when I'd have enough money to go get something out of those and put my quarters in there, And that half time wouldn't even freaking work. You'd lose your money.
I need me a pencil. Don't worry about it. Here's a marker.
Yeah.
We're in vending machines too. High school was probably first where you could buy your own drink, take a class with you. Well, depending on who the teacher was, but
oh, I remember. But this is what I remember getting into well, it was the high school building, but it was junior high.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody freaking out because we were able to pick. I could eat fries every day.
Oh, you're gonna get me started on that stuff now. There's this poor guy. I used him. I'll admit now, it's years later. But lemonade, right? Now I'd say senior year, I sat where the teachers were. I just turned around and get my own lemonade. But before then, there was this kid, I think a year below me or whatever. I'd call him in to get me a lemonade. Say, you want to give me a lemonade? Here, I need a lemonade. Okay, get me a lemonade. So I got free lemonade on my senior year. I just turned around. No big deal. I just get it myself. But
you better watch it. They'll come get you.
Heck.
That lunch lady that used to chase people down.
Oh, they're all dead now.
No, they're not. There's got to be one.
Well, they may be. They take it out of my tuition. I graduated. I got the diploma.
What's her name? Oh, can't think of it now.
You never did that? They had that table. My senior year, they had the table right beside the tea and lemonade. I sat there. I just turned around to keep. I'd get cups, free lemonade, and whole one.
You remember when they had the microwave?
Oh Lord.
The microwave over there, and you'd take a baked potato if you actually got, if there was any, people would freak out. They'd only put out like 4 of them damn things, But yeah.
Microwave, highly expensive microwave they put out there. I want this burger. Oh, you get the burger and vegetables. What's that? I mean, what's that gonna do for me?
Yeah. How many times did they have like a hamburger and like broccoli as a side? Yeah. And you're like,
what kind of stuff is this? Take the burger. I've waited all day. Haven't eaten anything all day. You're gonna give me this burger, some green beans and casserole.
And it was like broccoli. A soy burger. They wasn't like you know.
I like your chili and crackers and all that stuff with it, but I mean, you gotta give me the burger and that's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was. But yeah, bud. Next year we're gonna be able to eat French fries every day. And then there'd be those that would get just nothing but French fries. Then
that old salad bar. Yeah. Remember the thing in the lunchroom that read a la carte or whatever? And when I first said that, what the heck is that? A la carte. I mean, I was like, there was a salad bar. What the heck?
And the
a la carte or whatever.
And the carte.
That's what I said. I was like, what in the world?
Why did they? What is it? So is carte? Is that like fake? Oh, man, I must be really out of the loop on that one. What is that?
I guess it's a
fancy word for that, or was it a cart and they
It's-
just put carte as
I
like?
think it's because it was on a car. I mean, it was, they shoved it out there like it was on a cart.
No, it had. Didn't it have wheels on it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
I
like
guess
a plastic
I guess because it's over.
salad bar.
It was over to it was over to the side. They want to make it fancy. You call it whatever it is.
Well, that's like you're saying that about buffet, but my brother was going on about Trump and this whole thing, the deportation. He goes, "You better hurry up and get to all the Asian restaurants you can." I said, "The Asian people ain't going to be, deported." He goes, "No, but their cooks are." And I said,
Stray cats and dogs around.
I went to no, but I went to if you go the one up there in Bedford, she come out and she goes, "You done?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was done," because we were just talking afterwards or whatever. And she goes, "You're done." I was like, "Yeah, we're done. Do you need us to leave?" She, "No, we didn't need to clean." I said, "Okay." And all of a sudden, she goes, "You're done." I said, "Yes." And she goes, "One cha!" or something like that, right? And all these Mexicans come out of nowhere and started taking all this food and throwing it away, And I was like, the whole back was full of nothing but Mexican cooks in an Asian restaurant. So Will was like, "Yep." He said, "They'll be deporting those guys, so the Chinese will have to go back to cooking for you again." But yeah, man, these everybody, the pizzas and how that used to be the big old tray of pizza.
Are you talking about at school? Or
Yeah,
you talking about the
at
Bigfoot
school.
at Pizza Hut?
That was something different too.
You don't have pizza parties like that anymore. That big old Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, pizza parties. Yeah.
You're in school. Oh man, when you're in school, man, you had a pizza party.
Well, see, I remember getting okay. So we got a Bigfoot, and
Little Caesars had something too. I forget what they called it, but something like that.
But it was, okay, so it was Bigfoot, and then it had, and we had Surge.
That stuff's good, man.
And it was Surge, and I remember it was a pizza party with Surge, and we watched Space Jam. I mean,
you the whole grades. This is an elementary school, and the whole grades would have a party, like sixth grade have a party.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because you did something. I don't remember what all that work for just a pizza party. You win them can
drives or whatever. You got a free pizza party, free sleepovers, and all that.
Yeah, and yeah, yeah. And so those pizza parties, but I forgot all about those and how. Another one from back when we were in school that cracks me up is the bean bingo with the beans.
Oh, good Lord!
My mom took my brother to the hospital, and because he was having an ear infection, and so my husband looks back in there and he's like, "Hold on a second," and he pulls his pliers, reaches in there and pulls out a bean, and it was growing. And he goes, "That looks like a bean." And Will goes, "Oh yeah, Lucas put that in there." And it'd been like a month in his ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you forget
Saturate that thing, man. Ma, I can't hear. What is it? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
speaking of that, I wonder if kids even bring any like little plants home, like for Mother's Day and stuff like that. You bring a little
I haven't seen a forever,
tree or a little
man.
flower, stuff like that.
Well, you said that about we were talking about third grade. I remember, like, if you got, like the highest grades in there, or something, you got picked to take home some kind of flower. And I remember I ain't ever gonna get one of them things. I mean, like that was the, man, I spent most of my time in the corner that year. My first grade year, I was.
Well, no wonder. I mean.
Yeah, my first grade year, I was in the corner the whole time. My desk just faced the corner. She just put my desk in the corner, and every day she'd say, "Are you ready to apologize?" I said, "No, I ain't wrong." What it was is this girl had told her that I said go to hell. And I did not say that. I didn't say it at all. And I don't know what the deal was, but and what makes me so mad to this day is that woman, that girl that told her that is now like a preacher and everything. And I'm like, are you willing to finally just come up clean and that I never said that to you? She's, no, I'm not.
I had
You told me, but I sat in that corner because I wasn't going to admit that I said something that I didn't say. So she just put my desk in the corner. Whole first grade year, I spent staring at a corner.
fourth grade. I had a teacher, speaking about throwing desks. I remember her getting mad one time at a student throwing a desk.
Oh, yeah, I do remember hearing about this.
Oh, and she threw it papers. I mean, she had a little bit of attitude to her. Also in fourth grade is the time we were coming back from a field trip, and I think they were high school kids, shot out a window on a bus coming back from a field trip.
Yes.
They got prosecuted for it, so yeah.
Well,
I'll never forget that. I thought we hit a tree limb. It hit like that. Look back, and the window busted out, and kid hit the egg.
I don't remember who it was that did it, but we were riding back from Rigo from the vocational school, and somebody threw a bottle out the window, and it went through the grill of a dump truck, one of them big old dump trucks, and Henshaw
They chuck it up?
Oh yeah, man.
I got a few bus stories too.
Oh God.
Uh,
How in the world were you? What was you doing riding a bus? You
Hey,
lived too close to the
now
school to
listen
be
here.
riding.
My parents ain't gonna. You gonna ride that bus, boy? You gonna ride that? Well, until I drove. I mean, I could drive. Well, I ain't gonna tell you, boy. You ride that bus. I was like, well, I ain't gonna ride that bus until we get to school. But no, 8th grade, bus driver. I ain't gonna say who he is, but he's an old social studies teacher. But we were on the route, and he's backing up. This car comes behind him as a dead-end turnaround. He keeps backing up. We said, "It's a car there! Car behind you!" Boom! Slams me against the seat. And I was like, he turns around and he says, "Oh, did I hit a car? Did I hit that?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I think you did." And he's sitting right on top of the hood of the car. I'm like, "Oh, this is great." So I had to wait on another bus to come get us to take us.
Oh
home.
God!
Oh yeah, back right on top. I mean, the car was coming around. He's backing up. Car stopped. He just kept on backing up.
And
boom!
there's a bus.
And slamming.
There's a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hit that car. I'm like, well, yeah, you did. I looked back. Then he pulled up a little bit. No, I think I did. I was like, well, we told you there's a car coming.
But oh my God.
Oh geez, you never had the old the high school teachers like Magner or Newkirk and all them.
Yes, I did.
When they'd sub in driving.
Yeah.
And he'd take one person he knew, have him right beside him. Where I go? Turn here, turn there, turn here, turn there.
No, I had Newkirk as as my driver. I was in the summer class, and he fell asleep.
I'll tell you, drivers. You go ahead.
Yeah, but he fell asleep. He woke up. We were 2 hours away. He goes, "Where are we at?" And I told him. He goes, "Step on it." I said, "Bud, they'll pull us over." He goes, "Not with this on. They're student. They see you're a student. Just keep going." But yeah, he fell asleep on. But that was the year that Peters retired.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I'll never do that again." He was riding in there, and girl goes, that squirrel ran out in front of her, and the girl goes, "Ah!" and takes her hands off the wheel and puts them on her face.
Golly.
And
I got a good. You went to my story. It's
go ahead.
Magner for driver's ed.
Oh God.
Now, what story you want to hear? First off, I'll go with what he said to me, which is funny. I just took it, get my permit, to get my license and everything. I didn't give two craps about the class, really, and to get out and drive. Well, anyway, last day he passes me. I'm barely past the class. Driving-wise, I was good. Work-wise, I was, he walk up there to, you have to pass to get your, he says, he said, "Mr. Fields," he's like, "I don't know how in the heck you don't know anything in here about what to do. You get out in the road and you know everything what to do." He said, "I'm going to pass you, but man, I don't know about you." That ain't the best part. The best part, I was put in a group of this girl who drove. First time we get in the car, front of the school parking lot, Magner's over there with his cup of coffee and paper. She get in here, asks you to drive. Yeah, I drove. She peels out from the park. He freaks out, grabs the wheel. He's like, what in the easy now? So we go. She pulls out easy. Now back then you had to pull up and turn left by the graveyard and go.
Yeah.
You know what she does there? Lights them up. She. So, I mean, she's lighting them up. Smoke. No, I don't know smoking, but pulling out. And by Oak Street's there, right? I mean, she's flying. And to turn on Oak Street, he's like, you got to brake. You got to brake. You got to brake. And she brakes late. She's brakes locked up, hops that curve on that corner house there. He goes like, honey, have you even driven before? What is your take it easy. Long story short, every time she drove, it was her turn to drive. Every time she pulled out, she'd squirrel tires peel out or whatever. By the end of it, he just sat on there, just start shaking. Shake that head. He's like, I don't know. She had no intention of stopping until I was like, oh, it's gonna be fun. Boom.
Those, I remember. Who was it? Ended up in a ditch when I was in there with him. He's like, let's get back on the road. Let's get back on the road. You know?
I jumped up there and drive. I was like, I'm a race car driver, man. He's, oh, really? It's like, don't take it as far as you want to. I started getting about 10 miles an hour. Slow down. I slowed down. We don't get a speeding ticket. I was like, you go as fast as I wanted to.
I remember when I took my test for the parallel parking, you know, Newkirk steps on it down there at the end. No, I want you to do it like that. Okay. So I get back here. He's like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And I go, and he opens up the thing and he looks at the curb and he goes, that'll do.
I took my driving test to get my license. I failed the first time. Now, this fat woman who didn't really like me too well because she couldn't fit in the car very well, she ended up losing her job. But beside that, I didn't speed. I was by the law and everything. We come to Dairyland at the time. That stoplight, I went through it yellow. She said I was reckless and hazardous driving. She supposed to go past me. She failed me on that. I pulled in. I didn't speed one, but I was like, what? That's hazardous and reckless driving. You gonna fail me on that? And then she gave me two options. She said, well, you can take a defensive driving course, or you can wait out your time and come back, try it again later, at whatever time. And I did that. I said, if I have her again, at the time, I said, I want you back here. In, I forget how many months I do take it again, but no, she kind of got the can after that. Because the guy before me sped or whatever. They passed her and didn't fail me, so she didn't last too long after that.
Well,
hazardous and reckless driving just because I went through a caution light on the caution symbol. I was like, what in the heck? 5 miles below speed limit. I could pass the parallel parking, but you're going to call that hazardous and reckless driving to fail me on it?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
It's...
But anymore, it's easy. It's easy to pass. Although I'm glad I did do it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, get failed like that because, not that I wanted to, but, proved the point to her. Come back in here and get in this car, woman. Let's see it.
We went to, when I had passed and got my license, which I'd failed the written part because missed it by one.
I took it so many times
that
I could memorize by about the ninth time I took it. The first time in, the second time.
Yeah, but my problem was I changed the answer so many times, and then they would be like, well, last time you had this right. I said, can we just compare it all together, But anyways, yeah, my driving part I passed, but I had just got it, and they had passed that new law where you couldn't have anybody in the car under 21.
Yeah.
But we had a friend that he was 21, over 21, so we'd drag his ass with us everywhere. I had just gotten my license. I'll tell this story here. Looks like we're at 30 minutes here. I'll cut this.